Okay.
Woman of mine with wood-fire hair, with thoughts like flashes of heat lightning, with an hourglass waist. Woman of mine with an otter-like waist between the tiger's teeth. Woman of mine with a Rosetta mouth like a posy of stars of ultimate magnitude, with teeth like a white mouse's spoor on white earth, with a tongue of rubbed amber and glass, with the tongue of a doll that opens and shuts its eyes, with a tongue of incredible stone. Woman of mine with eyelashes like the strokes of a child's writing, with eyebrows like the rim of a swallow's nest. Woman of mine with temples of slate on greenhouse roof, and mist on the window panes. Woman of mine with champagne shoulders like a fountain of dolphin heads under ice. Woman of mine with matchstick wrists. Woman of mine with fingers of chance and the ace of hearts. With fingers of mown hay. Woman of mine with armpits of martin and beechnut and of midsummer night. Of privet and scalara nests. With arms of sluice and sea foam and of mingled wheat and mill. Woman of mine with flare legs, with movements like clockwork and despair. Woman of mine with calves of elder tree pitch. Woman of mine with the feet of initials, with the feet of keys on a ring, with the feet of Java sparrows drinking. Woman of mine with the neck of impearled barley. Woman of mine with the throat of a golden veil. Of rendezvous in the very bed of the torrent, with breasts of night. Woman of mine with breasts of marine molehills. Woman of mine with breasts of rubied crucible, with breasts like the specter of a rose under the dew. Woman of mine with a belly unfolding like the fan of days. The belly of a giant claw. Woman of mine with the back of a bird in vertical flight, with a quick silver back, a back of light, with the nape of a rolled stone and moist chalk, and the drop of a glass just drained. Woman of mine with nacelle hips, with chandelier and arrow-feathered hips, like scapes of white peacock's plumes of imperceptible sway. Woman of mine with buttocks of sandstone and anemoths. Woman of mine with swan's-backed buttocks. Woman of mine with springtime buttocks, with the guileless sex. Woman of mine with the placer and platypus sex. Woman of mine with the sex of seaweed and old-time sweets. Woman of mine with the mirror-like sex. Woman of mine with eyes full of tears, with violet panoplied and magnetic needle eyes. Woman of mine with savannah eyes. Woman of mine with the eyes of water to be drunk in prison. Woman of mine with eyes of wood always under the axe, with water-level eyes the level of air, earth, and fire.